Nah, it's just us for now. All right, hold on. So we're live. Let me just put a thumbnail that we're good. Okay. Gotta upload this bullshit right quick. Bro, honestly, like, what'd you think about the hold on, where's this shit at? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to upload the damn um picture that I got of Kobe Covington getting punched in the mouth by Masvidal.
You should do the one where they kiss.
Huh?
You should do the there's like there's a picture of them kissing.
What? Oh, that weird ass one. Yo, I saw
Yeah.
that. I was like, yo, what is this weird shit? It was so funny. You know what it is, bro? Like there was so many instances like where there was just like, you know how Jorge Masvidal was just like, oh, he smells nuts or whatever the hell it was that case. I was like, yo, this is hilarious, bro. And bro, Kobe Covington, honestly, let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it, man. What did you see during that fight? I mean, because me and you both, we have both picked Kobe Covington to win by pretty much wide and domination. What did you see on Saturday?
Well, first and foremost, the fact that Drake bet $275,000 on Masvidal just goes to show you that Vegas never loses. You know.
Nope. Never.
I think we pretty much predicted the fight exactly how it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Masvidal is he's just not an elite guy, man. You know.
Yo, and bro, you know what? I've been trying to tell these guys for a while now, bro. Listen, 305 till I die. Love him. He's from my hometown. But at the same time, it's like, this dude is not elite. He never was elite. You know what it was, man? It was that string of wins he had against Darren Till, Nate Diaz. And then after that, everybody was just like, oh, this guy is great. You know what I mean?
The flying knee was huge.
Yeah.
But Askren never really fought. He never really beat anyone after that. So
right. And he had that string of 4 wins, right? Or 5 wins, whatever the hell it was. And then he just became like overhyped, overrated. Everybody was like, oh, this guy is like the next greatest thing. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, beating Nate Diaz, that's nothing to brag about. Maybe 10 years ago. You know what I mean? But Nate is washed. You know what I mean? Ben Askren, to be quite fair, I mean, I think Ben Askren would have probably beat him had that fight actually, gone the distance if it wasn't just for that flying knee. You know what I mean? Darren Till, decent name, not a bad win. But you know what I mean? Like, this guy never beat anybody.
Well, Darren Till was weight drained. That was his last fight in that weight class. It was really
he weight drained? So,
yeah.
See what I mean, dude?
Like, he was doing really bad. I mean, he has trouble making 185. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, bro. And I never got the Jorge Masvidal hype. I never did.
Yeah.
You know? And then
so,
like all these,
like I said, we all predicted how the fight would go down.
Yeah.
Kobe did say after the fight that he said that he does not want the winner of Burns versus Chimaev. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of the bitch ass hardcore MMA fans like, oh, Khamzat needs Kobe, bro. Kobe wants Dustin Poirier next. Mm-hmm. Kobe wants Nate Diaz. Kobe wants McGregor. He knows it's going to be too much for him to.
Yeah, you know this guy. I feel like he's one of the boxing trolls. Yeah, I don't know shit about him. What up, James McCarthy?
Like, regardless of what people think or say, I only go by based on results and history. If Khamzat goes out there and just washes Burns, he's going to get the next title shot. In the rare event Usman loses to Leon Edwards, which I think we all could agree, like, that fight's not going to be close.
Yeah.
That fight I think just got booked for June. So, and Khamzat fights in a month. Mm-hmm. If Khamzat wins, I see him getting a title shot. I don't see anyone but Khamzat getting a title shot.
That's pretty much what I was trying to tell everybody. I don't think Kobe is going to get that title shot, at least not now. No. I think it's going to be Khamzat and Kamaru Usman. And let me tell you, bro, I think Khamzat beats Kamaru Usman. I really do. There's no flaws. He has no flaws.
Well, he's got to beat a ranked guy for once. So
He will. He's gonna dominate Gilbert Burns, bro. That fight's
We'll
not gonna be
see.
close.
We'll see. That's going to be one of the. Listen, April 9th, that's going to be a banger, man. I'm definitely going to be watching that. Just real quick, just to finish up on Kobe. Vegas odds are because I'm pretty sure the next fight for Kobe will probably be Dustin Poirier, only because both guys don't have a fight, and for whatever reason Nate Diaz Dustin Poirier fight's just not being made. Vegas has Covington open up as a minus 600 betting favorite.
Wow.
So Poirier is plus 425. So $100 wins you 425.
Wow.
I think the Poirier fight is going to be significantly easier than the Masvidal fight for Covington.
I mean, that's not that the Jorge Masvidal was like probably his easiest fight in a while.
And for ranked in his last couple fights, I mean, let's see. I mean, he fought Usman, obviously, Tyron Woodley. That was pretty easy. He dominated him. He fought Usman again. Robbie Lawler, he dominated him 5 rounds. RDA, that was easy. Damian Maia, easy. Dong Young Kim, easy. I mean, he beats everyone. You know what I mean? Except for Usman. So
I mean, listen. He says negative. Marty would maul the. You know what? Hey, if there's anybody that can stop Khamzat, it's Usman. Honestly, Khamzat.
For me personally, I care more about the entertainment aspect of MMA because all sport, like MMA and boxing, to me, it's a business.
Yeah.
So like to put Colby in against, let's say, Khamzat, to me, I feel like it's not necessary for that fight because I think everyone knows Colby is the second best welterweight in the world. You know, and there's no motivation for him to fight Khamzat. You know what I mean? That's a lose for him, for Colby.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, there's no reason to. There's no reason to. Honestly, there's really no reason for any of these guys to fight Khamzat. Khamzat, as much as I love Khamzat, he hasn't done anything. You know what I mean?
So wait, let me get your quick opinion.
Sure.
Usman, there's an article in MMA News. Usman scuffs at Chimaev receiving title shot with a win over Burns. That to me is a sign of weakness. That to me sounds like because I mean all the fighters know, like Khamzat is like Triple G before the Canelo fight. Clearly, every hardcore MMA fan's favorite fighter. Everyone in boxing knows Triple G was the shit before he fought Canelo. Everyone in MMA that trains with Khamzat, what do they all say? This dude is legit. Every single person that trains with him.
I'll tell you what. He passes the eye test with flying colors.
Yeah,
100%. Like at the end of the day, the opposition for Khamzat is not there. It just hasn't happened yet. But your eyes don't lie to you. You can see a guy that has the potential to be a future pound for pound fighter, a future world champion, and Khamzat definitely, at least to me, he's definitely going to be a future world champion.
You know what was confusing to me was the UFC gave Masvidal a ridiculous contract.
Did they?
Yeah, apparently rumors have it he's the second highest paid fighter in the UFC. I don't know how accurate that is. That's what his manager said. He did get pay-per-view points. Colby did not. So if this fight did 400 or 500K,
wow,
all that goes to. So I mean, yes, Masvidal lost this fight, but he's gonna get paid handsomely for this.
Oh my God, that's crazy. And like how Kobe said, what was it? 50% of that goes to his ex-wife or whatever the case is.
No, that's not true. I mean, I know how family court works. That has nothing to. There's no way he's paying 50%.
No, that's extremely over-exaggerated. But even so, bro, honestly, that was the most boring one-sided fight I've seen. And like Jorge Masvidal, he had probably the more like moments. You know what I mean? Like those moments that make you go, oh shit. You know what I mean?
They missed. Overall, his head kicks missed. His spinning stuff that he kept trying didn't work.
Yeah, overall,
you do have to give it to Masvidal though. This was a really bad matchup for him, regardless of what anyone says. He knows this was a horrible matchup for him. And excuse me for 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just need 1 minute.
But what I wanted to say was this was the most I like one-sided boring fights. I don't like to call fights boring, but this was a really boring fight. This was a snooze fest. I mean, Kobe Covington pretty much did what he wanted. A lot of the exchanges, Kobe Covington won them. Jorge Masvidal had the most oh shit moments, the one that make you get out of your seat and go, oh wow, did you see? You know what I mean? He dropped Kobe. I think it was once or twice, but overall, Kobe Covington just dominated. I mean, it's just like we called it, bro. Jorge Masvidal, he just couldn't get around that grappling, that wrestling.
So you know, out of the 3 judges' cards, Masvidal only won 1 round out of the 15 scored rounds. And it was round 2.
I was just about to say there was 1 round that I couldn't decide. It was pretty. I think it was round 2.
Yeah, but only 1 judge gave him the round.
Yeah. So I mean, it was
the judges straight 5-0, and then the third judge only gave him 1 round.
I mean, that's pretty much how I had it. That's how I had it. Look, like honestly, Kobe Covington, he went out there, and I swear to God, bro, call me what you want, and anybody watching could call me what you want, but I swear to God, it looked like Kobe Covington was not trying to hurt Jorge Masvidal.
You know what? And that's because I really think they're friends.
They might be. Like, I know, like, they have a lot of animosity towards each other, but at the end of the day, like, once you care for somebody, you tend to care for them for life. You know what I mean? Especially somebody you call the brother and somebody that you refer to as a best friend. Like, me and you, man, I've known you for probably about 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, if me and you ever, got into a beef and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would still care for you, but I'm still, giving you these hands. You know what I'm saying?
So beef would be fabricated. And I think I told you, remember a couple of years ago, I was like, bro, like, let's, because listen, you could make money. Like we had a following back in the day, bro. Back when boxing forums were like the boxing Facebook groups were like massive. Remember Boxing Knowledge? Like, I could have had a card. I could have had a 10 fight, maybe 12 fight card, and we could have sold out an arena. Just based
it's all about how you market yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, we would. I mean, listen, if you look, I know Saturday night there was some like YouTube Deji or some. I don't even know. I don't really follow that. I follow real boxing and real MMA and obviously like the slap fighting shit. Like I do like the fuckery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do like the.
It's
funny,
entertaining and it's funny.
But the YouTube boxing, I don't. I'm not on YouTube. I'm not a preteen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch Jake Paul go out there and beat up on NBA players.
How many players? Besides Jake Paul, though, like who do you really like? Are you entertained by like these British YouTubers that like?
Not really. There was that one event with all those like hip hop artists and tattoo artists.
That one
was funny. That was just entertaining. You know what I mean? It was really
that shit was so funny. And that shit was so ratchet.
Yeah, it really was.
Like I said, the fight game is you got pillow fighting. You got Tough Man. Tough Man is investing a lot of money. They have cards every couple weeks. You got slap fighting. That there's a new promotion. Logan Paul was just promoting it now, and you have so many different type of combat sports. The easiest obviously is boxing because with those big ounce gloves and you can do 2-minute rounds or 3-minute it's easier to promote it. But just to go back, just to finish what I meant to say, like I remember like telling you years ago, bro, let's just start a beef. And then we'll meet up. I guarantee you, we'll be able to sell a gym out easy.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's
arena. Yeah, we easily.
Yeah, with social media's help, bro, events form like nothing. But back to what we were saying, the Kobe Covington and Jorge Masvidal. I swear to God, like I was looking at this fight and I was like, yo, it looks like Kobe just doesn't want to hurt this guy. You know what I mean? Like
I definitely felt that for sure. Yeah. And you could tell because like. I said this before the fight in our group chat. There's never been a fight where 2 opponents lived with each other. Like even brothers, like you know what I mean? Like these guys were close. They knew each other's family, he knew his kids. But listen, any way you look at it, Masvidal did hint. He always did give some indirect like messages. He's like, thank you for selling the pay-per-view, thank you for selling it. He said it multiple times during the press conference.
Yeah. See, I'm not the only one. Asian Turk said. See, I said the same thing. So and I'm looking at the fight, and I like I said once again, I'm like, yo, Kobe's holding back. He has to be, because he's kind of like pulling his punches. You know what I mean? Like he was just landing like little baby stuff, and then there was times where he had Jorge Masvidal hurt, and I felt like he could have finished him if he pressed the action, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wanted to prolong the beating. I don't know. Maybe this guy.
No, he could have stopped it. He could have put some pressure on, but
I agree.
He didn't even look gassed after the fight.
No,
he looked good, man. Kobe's, as I said, Kobe. You can make an argument that Kobe won the second Usman fight. You can make an argument. I'm not saying he did. I had it close. I had it 3-2, but one round, like, it easily flips. Like, I had Whitaker beating Adesanya, and then when I broke down that the Weasel MMA guy broke down the fight every which way, and he had it 3-2 for Whitaker. So, like,
you know, I heard that a lot. I heard a lot of people say the same thing, that Robert Whitaker was robbed.
There was a lot of people that robbed is more so the Jack Taylor fight. That's robbed. Like, that was a robbery.
That was terrible.
114, 111 was a fucking robbery.
Yeah, that
was insane. But just to stick to the topic on hand, what does Masvidal do next? I think Masvidal begs for a Nate Diaz fight. I mean, he's getting paid. If he's the second highest paid fighter in MMA, they're going to have to give him a big name. They're not going to put him in there with some freaking I expect maybe a Dustin Poirier fight, which I guess they're friends, but like they could easily sell that, or a Nate Diaz fight, or honestly a McGregor fight.
That would be amazing. I would love to see McGregor and Masvidal go at it, because I know for a fact McGregor would trade hands.
Oh, that would be. Listen, that fight sells 1.5, maybe even 2.
Yeah, just the trash talk itself, and honestly, I think it will be a very entertaining fight. McGregor never takes fights to the ground. Neither does Masvidal. You know what I mean? Those guys typically stand and bang. So that would be an incredible fight.
As far as Kobe, there's rumors that he wants to go up to 185. Bro, he looked lean at one. Like, he didn't look big at 170.
Yeah.
He definitely leaned down. You could tell that with the new gym that he's at, the new MMA, the MMA Masters, he's definitely like more in shape. Like, he's more prepared. He's not. His cuts aren't bad. So, like, what do you think? Do you think he can maybe cut to 155? Or move? What's a better move, 155 or 185?
185, 100%.
Yeah.
155, that's suicide. Right now he's 33, 34, something like that.
Yeah.
So, like,
just for 1 or 2 fights, I think he could do it. I just think at 185, he's not going to have the power to even slow down these guys.
It honestly depends who he's fighting at 155. You know what I mean? So
if he fights at 155, he would have to fight. It would be Islam, which would sell insane. Because he's not going to have a fight.
Yeah, no. But Islam.
Or he'll just get an immediate title shot, which means he would fight the winner of Du Bronx versus Justin Gaethje, which I think he beats both.
But that's a crazy wagering, bro. That's what, 15.
He's really lean, man. He's lean. I think he could do it. I would rather see him at 155. Honestly, let me just be clear for the record. I don't want to see him move up or down. I want to see him do what he wants to do. Fight Dustin Poirier, fight Nate Diaz, and then let's say if Usman loses or moves up, then he could just jump in there for a title shot.
I think honestly, if I'm Kobe and I had to pick between the two, moving up to 185 or going down to 155, I'm going up, because going up is more comfortable. Honestly, you can eat what you want. You ain't got to starve yourself.
You would have to fight Whitaker right off the bat.
That's suicide. I don't think so. I'd much rather him fight like a Uriah Hall or
No. He's going. He's a main event guy. He can't fight one of these. It's gonna have to be him. It's got to be Whitaker. What's his name? He obviously I can't think right now. Costa. He would have to fight Costa. Maybe coming off a loss. So it would have to be one of those bigger name guys that just recently lost for the title.
Yeah, but Robert Whitaker.
You know what? And the one thing real quick is I haven't heard any. It's been silent, radio silence for Stylebender and Cannonier. Remember when he won the fight? Everyone kind of just assumed. Honestly, you know what would be an insane fight? Colby Covington versus Sean Strickland.
I was just about to say that. Sean Strickland would be a great fight.
That would be because those are two of the best. Those two guys are the most athletic, best cardio, best in shape guys in MMA. Like they're 1A, 1B. You know, their pace, their pressure is godly, and the trash talk. Oh my God, leading to that fight. Unfortunately, Sean didn't do. I don't think he performed well enough in his last fight to get a title shot, which could change.
But at the same time, I think he's on a winning streak. I think he's won like
he's on a big winning
3 or 4 or something like that.
But
him being on a winning streak. Yeah, him being on a winning streak. Colby Covington's just coming from, I don't know if you want to call it his biggest win in his career. At least it was like, you know what I mean? Probably
when he won the belt, when he won that interim belt, that was the biggest win.
Yeah. So, but either way, it was at least it was a dominating win.
Yeah.
One of his most dominating wins, probably his easiest fight ever.
It's like,
he's coming off of that win. Sean Strickland's on a win streak. He goes up and he fights Sean Strickland. I don't think he does it. I don't think he moves up. But if he does move up, fights Sean Strickland, that'd be an amazing fight. That'd be an incredible fight.
Well, the reason why we were rarely in this type of situation or in scenario, it's very rare that a main event is two guys that like don't really have anywhere to go. You never see in UFC. You never see it. Yeah, it's very rare. Usually it's the best versus the best, and then it's easy to build a storyline around that. Whereas we all pretty much knew Colby was going to wash Masvidal, and then most experts were like, "Wait, if he gets washed, like, what are we going to like? What's Masvidal going to do next?" So I mean, like I said, if he signed that big contract, I only see him taking main event fights.
Honestly, we got Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards. I don't think Leon Edwards does anything different. I think it's going to be another boring, dominating win, or it might be a knockout. I don't know. But all I know is Kamaru Usman wins the fight.
He's not losing that fight.
No, not at all. I think they're just trying to set up Colby and Usman 3. Honestly, the trilogy.
No, I don't know. They have to give him the fight only because he's on this big win streak, and then you know what I mean. Like these nerds, these MMA nerds are like, he has to get it, even though like. He hasn't looked good lately. That Nate Diaz fight, like, you think you deserve a title shot for a Nate Diaz? Listen, Masvidal beat the living shit out of Nate Diaz.
Yeah, that. But listen, beating Nate Diaz, I'm sorry, but Nate Diaz, I never thought he was really. All he does is he's like Antonio Margarito. He just takes punishment and it just comes forward.
I'm just comparing performances. So, like, he basically almost got knocked out by Nate Diaz in one of the most boring fights of all time, and then like Masvidal when he fought Nate Diaz just steamrolled his ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit wasn't even. I don't think Nate Diaz had any success against Masvidal. Like not even for he might have landed a couple of slaps, but that's about it. As a clear cut victory for Masvidal. He got
dominated that whole fight.
Yeah, from start to finish. Yeah. So honestly, I think what Colby Covington should do. At least what's more beneficial for him is fight Dustin Poirier and then get the winner of Kamaru and Leon Edwards, which was more likely going to be Kamaru, and the trilogy. I mean, at the end of the day, man, the trilogy is going to sell. It's a big
fight. If he doesn't fight Khamzat Burns, he's not getting a title shot. He's going to need the Dustin win, and then he's going to need the best guy at welterweight,
which will be Khamzat. Honestly, I think Khamzat.
I don't know. Like I said, he's gonna have to face one of the two guys.
I don't think Colby Covington can beat Khamzat. Khamzat, he just does everything well. Great wrestler, great striker. You know what I mean? Like he's an animal. He's very brutal. He's very violent. You know what I mean? He steamrolls these guys. You muted yourself, Adrian.
Yeah, I get you. It's just I'm listening.
But anyways, like I was saying, I think Khamzat is the best well-rounded fighter at welterweight, probably in the whole UFC, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so let me go over rankings real fast. We have Usman as champion, Colby at 1, Burns at 2, Leon Edwards at 3, Luque at 4, Bilal Muhammad at 5, Masvidal at 6, which should drop significantly.
Yeah.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and then guys are just. I mean, comes out as at 11, but
where are you getting your rankings from?
I'm getting them directly from UFC's website.
Okay, because I'm on I don't know if this is, it says MMA World Rankings and number 6.
You can't. That's third party. I'm going strictly by UFC.
Okay, got it.
So honestly, you know who one of the best guys at that weight class is that Shavkat Rachmanov. He fought like 3 weeks ago. That guy's a bro. Him and Khamzat, bro. Who the hell wants to fight those guys?
No, nobody, bro. I'm telling you, Kobe Covington, Leon Edwards, all them guys, none of them want to see Khamzat right now. Gilbert Burns is probably doing this just for another shot at the title, because obviously if he beats Khamzat, I don't. So let me ask you this. Is it a lose-lose situation for Gilbert Burns? Like, let's say Gilbert Burns beats Khamzat. Do you think he gets a title shot if he beat Khamzat?
No, I didn't think so, right? It's the same as like
Gilbert Burns is in a lose-lose situation, bro.
It's too hard, man. It's too hard to get another shot. It's he's gonna need, because you know what they're gonna say? Oh, Khamzat never beat a ranked guy.
That's exactly
it's
what I was
just boxing, but worse.
Yeah,
it's worse than boxing.
I was just about to say the same thing. They're gonna say, well, why should he get a title shot? Khamzat was overrated. He never beat anybody. You know what I mean? So I feel like Gilbert Burns is in a lose-lose situation, because even if he beats Khamzat, he's not gonna get anything out of it. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna be like, oh damn, that was a solid win over a solid guy. They're just gonna say that was a win over an overrated guy.
Well, I can tell you this right now: if Burns just beats Khamzat and just makes it look easy, and then fights another like if he fights let's see, if he beats Luke or if he beats that Shavkat guy, the Rachmanov, bro, you have he's definitely gonna earn his another title shot.
That's a big if, though.
What's up, James Quinto?
What up, bro? What up, James? Yeah, that's a big if, bro.
I'm just saying, you beat those two guys regardless of ranking, because those guys are. I mean, listen, you look at the welterweight rankings. Colby Covington, wrestler. Gilbert Burns, he's just a good all-around guy. Leon Edwards, striker. He's not even a powerful striker. He's a volume guy, and he's not that good. Luke, mainly a striker. Bilal Muhammad, he's an all-around guy. Masvidal, washed. Stephen Thompson got his ass kicked in his last fight. Magny, same thing. These guys, there's not any real dominant guys.
No.
You know what I mean? High-level, all-around guys. It's just you have specialists.
So he beats. Let's say everything goes his way. He beats Khamzat, right? After that, he more than likely is going to have to face the winner of Kobe and Dustin if that fight does get made. Speaking of Dustin, what happened to the fight with Nate Diaz? Is that still a go or what?
You know what? I keep reading tweets and messages. For whatever reason, the UFC just can't make it. The thing is, both guys, Nate Diaz is a pay-per-view star. So they're looking for he sells if you look at his pay-per-views. But what I'm saying is they need to find a date for a pay-per-view slot. Are they really going to give a pay-per-view slot to Nate Diaz, Dustin Poirier? When you have McGregor coming back, you got Israel Adesanya who wants to fight again. You have there's too many actual fighters that deserve pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Whereas how are you going to give Nate Diaz a pay-per-view fight, bro? Who's he Bro, he hasn't looked good lately.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. Has he won a fight in the last couple of years?
I don't even remember. I
can't remember the last time Nate Diaz won a fight.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see something really quickly. What's the event that Khamzat and Burns are fighting in?
I'm sorry.
What event is it that Khamzat and Burns are fighting in?
What event?
Yeah, what is it? UFC 270 whatever?
With the newest one, I think it's 271.
271? Let me see.
Yeah. I can be wrong.
I'm trying to look because apparently that was the most stacked card that there has been in a while. No, it wasn't 271. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I used to know all the UFCs by the name and numbers and
yeah. Right. So by the way, when is that fight anyways?
It's in June 6th, I think.
June 6th. Okay.
I could have the date off by a little bit, but
Yeah.
it is actually, I have it up right here.
Okay.
It's expected. I'm sorry, July. I apologize.
Expected. Hold on. So what does that mean?
International Fight Week in July. That's usually the UFC's biggest card.
Okay, so hold on. You said expected. So does that mean that there's still no date? I thought everything was.
I don't think a date was confirmed yet. I mean, I could check Google, but.
Gotcha. Okay, hold
on. I'm gonna check right now, but I don't. I mean, if it's International Fight Week, they just probably have to figure out which date.
Gotcha. Says okay, so it says I went on Google. It says UFC 273, April 9th. That's what they're saying.
No. It's July 2nd per sports. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, let me just.
The targeted date by his manager is July 2nd.
Look, this is what I'm seeing. Yeah. So I don't know if you can you see that? See, it says right here, April.
Put number 9th? 2. No, that was the. Wait, that's Khamzat Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, Gilbert Burns and Khamzat. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's April 9th. April 9th. I thought you were talking about Usman versus versus Edwards too.
No.
Yeah, that fight just got booked, but we knew about the date. Remember, I think I was in my a few casts ago. Mm-hmm. That it was announced. They both posted on their social media, but it wasn't official.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, Khamzat. That's good. That April 9th card is deep, man.
That's what I heard. So is Khamzat and Burns the main event, or is that like the pre-main event?
I believe it's the co-main event.
The co-main event. That's a hell of a co-main event, honestly. I'm trying to read. Let me see. So they got Alexander Volkanovski.
And Korean Zombie. Korean Zombie, which is always weird because what's his name pulled out, but then he said he could still fight. Which whatever we discussed that.
Yeah, Peter Yan versus
the worst MMA UFC champion of all time. If he loses, I honestly think he should get cut.
Yeah.
Just based on I mean, I get he wants to sell, but like he should just vacated.
Yeah.
You know, he took an optional surgery. Like he should have just vacated and let Peter defend his belt. But listen, if he wins the fight, Ali poop. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
Yeah. No respect to him if he does.
Yeah, Mackenzie Dern, Tisha. That's an okay. I mean, I don't. Neither female is elite.
Mm-hmm.
They're just good. They're not even great fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Gastelum versus Imavov. I can't pronounce his name. He's an excellent fighter. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be that's gonna be a sick fight. Ian Gary McGregor Jr. versus He's getting another tune-up. Wow, they're really pushing him.
Yeah,
that fight's gonna be. Oh man, this card looks. Even the undercard prelims. Aldana versus Aspen Ladd. Mickey Gall, which is he's a pretty favorite. And then Rosenstruck. Wow, Rosenstruck's fighting Tabora. That's gonna be. Those are heavyweights that can bang, man.
Dude, this card is crazy loaded.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Khamzat Burns it's gonna end up being the third fight, the fight before the co-main event.
Yeah. So, this is gonna be a hell of a card, bro. I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait.
I wish we lived closer. We would definitely. I mean, it's Ramadan, so I'll probably be at the mosque. But yeah, Ramadan starts at 3rd, I think.
So wait. What do you go for that?
You just go to your local mosque.
And
do the night prayer. So it's hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. Nice.
But I mean, the good thing is I'll be home. At least I'll be able to catch the last 3 fights.
So let me ask you a quick question, man. If let's say you're Jorge Masvidal's manager, man, what do you have him do next?
I have him. I said I beg for the Nate Diaz fight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he did say that he did want to baptize him. What the fuck that means? So that's probably a realistic rematch. Honestly, I don't see the purpose of it, but I mean, it's an easy W for him. Nate Diaz is washed. Diaz has never really been good, in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. His biggest win was little McGregor.
Let me look at the rankings real fast. He already lost to Wonder Boy. I mean, Gilbert Burns has a fight. Edwards. I mean, he could fight Luque or Bilal Muhammad. I mean, these guys. Mm-hmm. It'll be competitive fights. He probably still loses them.
Yeah.
Sean Brady would be similar to the Covington fight. Chiesa would be boring. He probably wins. he definitely beats Chiesa. Same with Neal and that one, I can't pronounce his name, the Asian dude. He probably loses that. Ponzinibbio will be a close fight. That's probably a 50-50 fight, and then that Shavkat just steamrolls him. So
damn. Ooh, let's see.
He's gonna stay at welterweight. He can't go down or up. There's no way.
Let's see how those predictions come.
And listen, and not for nothing, if I'm Masvidal, he could do what he did to get a title shot. Listen, Leon Edwards is known to pull out of fights. If he stays ready, he could get his. I mean, do you see it happening? He can. He could get a third fight versus Usman with 10 days, 5 days. Colby's not taking the fight. Colby, there's no way. Gilbert Burns would, but that's Burns, it. One of those two guys would.
Yeah, Burns. If I'm Burns and that scenario happens, I mean, it's gonna suck for Khamzat. But yeah, no, take the rematch. I'm
talking about July. In July.
Oh, okay.
Because like Leon Edwards, I think in my one group chat, I pretty much predicted that he's probably gonna pull out because he's gonna lose this fight. Like, I mean, I know he's been wanting it, wink, 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 but we already saw this fight, and the only difference between now and then, Usman is a better striker, as well as he's always been a better grappler, better wrestler, better cardio. Way stronger.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards has never knocked someone out the way Usman did with Masvidal. It's never happened.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, you know what's another big fight for if Leon loses? You got to run that. Him and Masvidal and Leon Edwards, they got to fight. They got to run that back in UK.
Leon Edwards and Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, remember they fought the 3-piece in the soda, 2-piece or whatever.
You know what? I didn't see that fight. How did that go?
It was a street fight. Masvidal just chipped him, hit him with a 2-piece in a soda.
And that was it. That's all she wrote.
Was it. Oh. Yeah, they fought in the back.
That's what you talk. Oh, now I remember. Yeah. It was. I think he interrupted one of his interviews or something. Yeah. I remember that.
So
I thought you were actually saying that they actually fought in the cage.
No. They've been trying to make that fight, but Leon Edwards, I think the first time with COVID and UK, he said he couldn't train. I don't know. Everyone was fighting except for certain guys.
Right.
Like Terrence Crawford. I mean, Terrence Crawford. Like these typical top guys that fight once a year, and they just need any excuse. Oh, I had COVID. Oh, I was sick. Oh, it was snowing out. Whatever. The typical.
Yeah.
You're so elite. You fight once a year. Okay, bro.
All bro. You know what would be the perfect scenario, dude? Let's say Khamzat beats Burns, right? July comes around. Leon Edwards pulls out a fight. Khamzat takes that fight. How amazing would that be?
You know what? Khamzat's not the type. I mean, he will do it, but I think they would end up giving it to Burns. Or, it's possible. I mean, like I said, this may be the only MMA stream that has this kind of discussion. But I think it needs to be factored in because Leon pulls out a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, oh my God, that would be great. And let me ask you, if Khamzat fights Kamaru Usman, who do you favor in that fight?
I can't make a prediction until I see. I want to see the Burns fight.
Okay, all right, that's fair. But from the eye test, you see what Khamzat could do, right?
I think if Khamzat is legit, I think he probably beats Usman.
I think he steamrolls Gilbert Burns probably in the first round. I'll be very shocked if it goes past the first round, to be honest with you. And I think
you have a lot of confidence for him, man.
I love Khamzat, bro. I'm telling you, Khamzat.
Well,
bro,
I can tell you. I think I said this months ago. Gilbert Burns, when he fights, he's not a slow starter. He almost stopped. I thought he beat Usman. Right. So early on, he's gonna give his best. Like he's gonna go all in, and that's I don't. If that ends in the first round, I don't see it being from Khamzat. I see Gilbert Burns because he's just a fury. He just sees red.
Yeah.
when that bell rings. I mean, like I said,
but it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Hamza. But this is why this fight is going to be so great, because Hamza is the same way. I'm talking about he rushes.
Khamzat's a better wrestler, though, way better.
Yeah, way better wrestler. And I might even get heat for this, but I'll fuck around and say that he's got the better striking. Quite honestly.
Oh no, kickboxing, Burns is a way more technical kickboxer. But as far as power goes, I think you got to give it to Khamzat, because that one knockout, regardless if it wasn't like a top ranked guy or whatever, that when he hit him, dude went sleep. Like it wasn't.
It was like, oh my god, you know. So in the power field, I give Khamzat the edge. Honestly, I think he's the better striker. You feel different, that's fine. But I mean,
I just think he's Gilbert Burns is definitely the more technical striker.
Yeah. Right.
But that doesn't mean...
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel the only reason why I'm so big on Khamzat is because of the fighting style. Like, he does nothing bad. Great striker, great wrestler, you know, great grappler. His kicks are good. You know what I mean? I don't know how his cardio is, because he finishes these guys so quickly. But
so everyone that's trained with him said he doesn't get tired.
Okay.
And everyone that says if he fights Izzy or Usman, they said, you know, he's going to win just based on that his cardio is so good.
I believe it. Honestly, bro, I really, truly believe that he'll take Usman out. I think it'll be a very competitive fight, honestly, but I think he ends up ragdolling him probably like in the later rounds, and it stops him.
Yeah, well, just to finish the point in the topic, the best part about this is, unlike boxing where it's all fantasy, we're going to see this fight in less than a month or in a month.
Oh yeah.
You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, we're going to see this fight, which is incredible.
The best part about it, bro, boxing would never.
No,
the winner is going to get a title shot.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there is hope in boxing. I mean, you got Canelo fighting Bivol.
That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a really good fight.
You know what? We had a debate. I don't know if it was in our chat, but is Bivol versus Canelo the most competitive fight since?
I think so. So.
When? Since who?
I think so, bro. The only reason why I feel so strongly about Bivol is, like I said, I broke it down in the video that I made. So
I know. I'm just saying, what's been before this fight? What was the most competitive?
The most competitive, Triple G. Honestly,
Triple G Canelo.
Yeah, nobody thought Caleb Plant stood a chance against Canelo. Nobody.
I know he didn't.
Billy Joe Saunders. Nobody thought Billy Joe Saunders was going to win, and definitely nobody thought Avni Yildirim and Callum Smith were going to beat Canelo. Nobody.
No, but I'm not saying for Canelo. I'm saying overall in boxing. When was the last competitive, like highest level competitive fight where the two best guys in their weight class fought? I don't know. I don't think there's any fight that comes close to this.
It's been a while. I might say Andre Ward and Kovalev was probably the last.
I think neither guy's anywhere near as good as Canelo. Both guys were not that good. I mean, Andre Ward's records, it's a little fluff. He never left his freaking, his city. He never went overseas and fought the best guys. And he capped a lot. He lied about everything. I'm going to go fight Mayweather. I'm going to fight Anthony. Bro, stop.
I mean, I disagree. I think Andre Ward was better than Canelo, but I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Whatever.
Really, who was better than who? It's not like they're ever going to fight, so it doesn't matter. But honestly, like when I'm talking about rankings, because at the time Ward and Kovalev both were in the pound for pounds list. Yeah. So they fought, and they were both in their prime. They were both undefeated. I
don't like to go by list because, like, Chocolatito was. They said he was one. He was better than Mayweather. Like, remember back like 10 years ago?
Yeah, I remember.
I don't really go by these lists because
I remember.
For me, it's all about the eye test, and it's I have my opinion, and that's it. Like, I'm not going to go by some list of.
Honestly, if you don't like that, if you don't think Ward and Kovalev was one, then I can't think of one. It's been a long.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Spence versus Thurman was really good. That was like two high level guys.
Versus Thurman?
What's up?
Who'd you say?
Not Spence versus Thurman. What did I say? Not Spence versus Thurman.
Thurman versus Porter, you mean?
Yeah, Thurman versus Porter was up there, even though they weren't elite guys. But that was pretty cool. I'm trying to think. I really don't want to go under 140 or 147 because the little weights, these guys don't fight anybody. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, no, nobody
like
really.
130. Like look at Ryan Garcia, Tank, who Haney. These guys don't fight. Like that's why I don't really care. Like I'm talking competitive.
Yeah,
The two best of the best in boxing.
it's been a while, bro. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I mean, other than if you want to count, do you want to take being in their prime into consideration?
Yeah, it has to be.
Okay, because I was gonna say maybe Mayweather, Pacquiao, but those guys were both.
No, that fight wasn't competitive, bro.
Wow, I can't. It's been a while. The only one that I can think of, you know what? Maybe Canelo Triple G. Maybe Canelo Triple G.
I think so.
Yeah, at least in the recent years.
I keep trying to think of like, scenarios, but then like, if you want to go really back, like before, like Bernard Hopkins versus De La Hoya, or like Sugar Shane versus De La Hoya, or Sugar Shane versus.
It doesn't happen very often in boxing. Yeah. It happens all the time in the UFC or in MMA.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what? The Pacquiao, the trio of Barrera, Morales, and Marquez, you can make an argument. I mean, yet again, I don't like using the lower weights, but those guys were the best of the best, man. What made the fact that Pacquiao fought those three guys multiple times over and over again, and Mayweather was fighting bums like Carlos Baldomir, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. I got you.
Just resume alone, but I'm just saying in general, just competition. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, no, and like I said, in boxing, bro, it doesn't. You don't see the best fighting the best often.
You know what I found funny? I was just on YouTube, just checking to see like what people's opinions. All the PBC guys. Oh, Canelo ducked Charlo. He picked the easiest fight out of him, David Benavidez, Triple G, and then B-Ball. And then I remember I made the point a couple streams ago. I even had the Charlo fanboy. I don't know who he was. I made
him. My boy.
Yeah, I asked a question before this wasn't even a topic. I was the first one to ask. I said, "Who's the easiest fight out of those four?" And everyone unanimously agreed. Even the Charlo fan himself agreed Charlo's the easiest. But now look, you follow these shills, these fraud media, they're just going to stick to, they have Top Rank has their own guys, PBC show, they all have their own media guys that, like, I forget what interview they had the Showtime, Espinoza, the Weasel. That's exactly what he is a weasel. McGregor called that. But it was the most cupcake interview. Like, it was literally, he was reading questions that he wanted to be asked.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So,
but no, honestly, bro, I really like this Bivol Canelo fight. I really do.
You like it? You should love it.
I love it.
The best
honestly, I really think, I really think Bivol is gonna give Canelo. I think Canelo's gonna win either way, but I think Bivol is gonna give him a really, really hard time just with his jab and size alone, and also the dude can crack, and he has fast hands. The dude throws.
I think that fight's going to be a lot closer than what people are saying, bro. I've been saying that. I've been telling you for how long now? I'm like, bro,
100%, bro.
It's going to take Canelo 4 or 5 rounds to figure out what the hell is going on in there.
Yeah.
Because B-Ball's right hand is just like laser.
Yep.
It's going to be a close fight. I don't see. I mean, there's some. Who is it? What's his name? What's his name's like? Oh, I forget his name. I can't think right now. But they're like a lot. The consensus, he's just going to go in there and watch him because. It's like, no, bro, he's not Charlo, like our plant. Like, these guys never fought anybody, And honestly, I hate to say this, but I know we're doing MMA, but like, whatever, we're boxing.
No, it's boxing and MMA.
Has done that, like, outside his size, bro. Yeah. I'm going to have to pump the brakes on the David Benavidez hype. Like, bro, you're a good talker. Like, he's an excellent interview. But, bro, go beat somebody. Like, I'm tired of like people just assuming he's like this big, this like monster. Bro, go beat somebody.
You know what it is, bro? The problem is these guys get a couple of wins, they look good, and I do it too. I'm doing it with Hamzat. Just based strictly off the eye test. But with these guys, what I don't do is I don't rank Hamzat as the best welterweight. He's not the best welterweight. Yeah. You know what I mean? Usman is, Kobe's number 2, and then number 3 is Gilbert Burns. He has to earn it. I just think he's going to one day be the best.
Well, he's fighting these guys. He's fighting the second best guy.
Right, exactly. So he has to work his way up for him to be for me to say he's the best.
David Lemieux I forget if his first name's David Lemieux.
Yeah, David Lemieux. Yeah.
Where is he even in the top 10?
Not since like 2016.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's who David Benavidez is fighting.
Let me see. That's you know what? That's a good start. That's a good start for him. Let me see what.
I mean, like I said, that's why I'm sick and tired of like people like David Benavidez, and then I'm like, bro, like.
I'm looking at it. I'm about to check right now. I'm on ESPN's website. Let me see who they got.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where he ranks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Super middleweight.
I'm checking BoxRec. I don't really like the BoxRec.
Yeah, David. So according to ESPN, David Lemieux is number 7. So he's ranked in the top 10.
But what is that?
So hold on. Let me share my screen really quickly.
All right. Based on BoxRec, he's actually the 10th best. And yet again, if you're like inactive, they take you out. But he's the number 10.
So all right. So David Lemieux is right here.
We give him 10. Okay, that's fine.
All right. So I look. I don't know. I don't go based off of BoxRec. I like ESPN a little bit. It's a little bit more credible. But I mean, either way, he's ranked in the top 10.
Yeah. Okay. So he's finally fighting like somewhat of a top guy. I mean, obviously he's a little bit older. Mm-hmm. He did look really, really good in his last fight. You got to give him that.
He did. Yeah. When he beat David, whatever, Jagara, some shit like that, whatever. Yeah. He looked really good. So that's like I said, but that's a step towards the right direction.
That is
a guy like David Lemieux. He beats.
Yeah. He's got to like if he dominates this win, then I could. Like, I'm not buying the David Benavidez hype anymore. I'm sorry.
I like David Benavidez. I think he's a good threat, but I don't think he's got enough to beat a guy like Canelo. I think if he beats a David Lemieux and a John Ryder and maybe even a Daniel Jacobs, then I can say, all right, this guy's legit.
Yeah. Is Plant rumored to fight anyone yet, or
no? Caleb Plant, as of now, he's got nobody.
So then, does Charlo have a fight yet? Because actually, no, neither of them have a fight.
No, neither of them.
They were waiting for
I thought they were supposed to fight. Caleb Plant was talking shit on Instagram, and he said that was he wanted to fight Jamal Charlo. So what happened?
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, let me see.
They got to fight at this point.
Yeah.
No, am I feeling myself? Should I slow down?
No, not at all. I agree with you. See, the thing is with these guys, with Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, what the new narrative is now, these guys should fight each other. The only problem I have with that is why should Jamal Charlo have to fight anybody when he was your mandatory? I think twice. And both times you either vacated the belt or you just didn't fight him. So why should a guy that was your mandatory multiple times have to fight anybody? I could understand Demetrius Andrade because I don't think Demetrius Andrade was ever his mandatory. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's your mandatory. You vacate the division or the belt, whatever, and you leave the division. Why? And now you're telling him, oh, well, you fight. Why don't you guys fight each other? Why? Why does he need to fight each other? For what? You know what I mean? Who are you fighting?
I don't know.
Caleb Plant, he said, I mean, this was a while back. He said, you've been indirect, so I'll be straightforward. We can figure it out by the end of the year. You're easy work. So
yeah, they got to fight. I mean, at this point, Jamal's moving up. Yo, middleweight looks weak. If Andrade and Charlo move up, bro, I mean, you can make an argument Eubanks is probably the best in middleweight.
I mean, I think that's a little bit of a reach, but yeah, okay, no, you're right. You're right.
Who are going to fight, him or Laura?
Between who? Say it again.
Eubanks and Laura.
Laura.
In England.
Oh, in England, no, then that's going to go to Chris Eubanks.
That's why I think you could. I mean, let's see. I mean, I know he's trying to fight what's his name, Kell Brook, but I'm looking at that weight class. Middleweight looks weak, bro.
Bro, really quickly, back to the Dimitri Bivol. This is the only thing though. And my boy Brandon was telling me this. He said, "Do you really think with what's going on in the world, they're going to give a Russian the decision?" And I said, "Probably not. Probably not." So Dimitri Bivol,
who gets decisions over Canelo regardless of nationality?
Exactly. So it's bad enough he's fighting Canelo. This kid keeps fucking calling. It's bad enough he's fighting Canelo, right? On top of that, he's a Russian.
But he's not really Russian. He's from Kyrgyzstan. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, whatever, but it's still, it's still considered Russian.
No, I know, but like it's like calling Khabib Russian. Like,
yeah, no, I got you. But right now everybody hates Russia.
no,
Everybody.
I know.
You know what I mean? And it's already hard enough that he's going up against Canelo. You know what I mean? Who's like
They're
the judge?
fighting in the T-Mobile Arena, right?
I believe so. Should
Yeah,
be.
I mean Canelo doesn't lose decisions.
No,
So
not at all. I mean,
what was it 118, 111?
Yeah, and 116 against Floyd when Floyd 12 0'd him. I was like, what? Really? You know what I mean?
118, 111 was still worse, I think.
Yeah, and it was just ridiculous. And yeah, against Triple G, I thought Triple G beat him easy. And they called it a draw. And then one of them, what was it? 118 what?
118, 111, I think.
Oh my god, that was just horrible.
Yeah, so, I try to teach myself to not remember these things, like these like robberies, but the 118, 111, and like 114, 111 for Jack Taylor.
That was.
I'm gonna use that in every boxing debate every time his name gets brought up.
Bro, that was horrible. That was they did him so dirty. But you know what, bro? Josh Taylor, if he moves up to 147, I think he gets destroyed, bro. Honestly, he might be able to beat guys, and we talked about it in our last stream. He might be able to beat small name guys like maybe like Mikey Garcia and them dudes, but like overall he's food. And I feel so bad that they did Jack Catterall like that. Like,
yeah, I mean that's boxing though. This is the sport we love.
Yeah, but what were they? Where were they?
This is since the boxing was a sport. Like since I was born, since I first started watching boxing, there was robberies.
Yeah. So Josh Taylor, where did they fight at, by the way, when he fought Catterall? Oh, it was in Scotland, of course. That makes sense.
Yeah, they fought in his hometown.
Yeah, of course.
Home country.
Well, I'm not surprised then. See, that's the advantage of fighting in your hometown.
No,
that's
but you know what, though, and yet again, I don't want to be that guy, but bro, Taylor did win the last 4 rounds.
I don't know. I
rewatched the fight.
I know he started winning rounds at the end, but by then I think
he won the last 4 rounds. Any way you look at it, I think every judge gave him the last 4. Like, bro, 4. Listen, it's a 12-round fight. Yes, he did get knocked down. As I said, best case for Taylor should have been a draw.
Yeah,
but still, winning the last 4, bro. This is boxing. This isn't fair.
Yeah,
it's a business. It's not a sport.
Yeah,
you win the last 4 rounds of any championship fight, you're gonna most likely win.
That's true. That's true. That's correct. I mean, I didn't give him the last 4 rounds. I think I gave him 3 out of the last 4. But at the end, yeah, he did start winning rounds. But by then, he was down so wide that it was impossible without a couple of knockdowns. It just wasn't.
He did get the point, but then he lost the point.
Right. Yeah, and bro, the ref, Jesus Christ, that ref was annoying as hell.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, he didn't let these guys fight at all,
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the super middleweight division. It looks very, very weak. David Benavidez is ranked number 2. The guy hasn't even done anything, but he's ranked number 2. How? Yeah. I don't know. Do you know who Kyron Davis is?
You know what? To be honest with you, if I see him,
yeah,
I'm not really good.
I was expecting you to say that. I don't know who he is, but that's the last guy that he beat. That's the last guy that he beat, and apparently that's good enough to make him number 2.
Yeah,
that's boxing.
Listen, boxing rankings is like there's a reason why no one ever mentions it because there's no real ranking. So but it's interesting that guys like Caleb Plant, who honestly have a way better resume and have done more than David Benavidez, are ranked below him just because he took an L. You know what I mean? I think Caleb Plant should be number 2, and David Benavidez should be somewhere between 7 and 5. He's ranked way too high. Gabriel Rosado, oh my God, I can't believe he's still ranked. That guy's lost so many times. Yeah, no, I mean that to have a podcast or about boxing rankings, it's moot.
Look at this.
Guys don't fight each other.
Look at this. Would you ever in your life rank Jamal Charlo over Triple G?
No.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Well, ESPN's got Jamal Charlo as number 1 and Triple G as number 2. It's like these rankings are like, who makes these rankings? This has to be Dan Rayfield because
I mean the UFC rankings are you could actually have a combo and like actually have a conversation about it.
Yeah,
boxing rankings, it's all bullshit. You could argue it 100 different ways, and lucky for us, we're not biased. We're not, we're not going to cap for a specific organization or
Of course.
promotion. You know, we're not paid by PBC like a lot of these idiots, or Top Rank or Showtime
right. And you know what? The heavyweight division is looking a little flaky right now. Alexander Usyk is fighting, in the war in the Ukraine, so he's not. He said he doesn't know when he's going to be back.
Yeah. I think Anthony Joshua should really consider getting a fight. Yeah. I don't think he should wait.
Honestly, bro. And I hope this doesn't happen, but Alexander Usyk can potentially get killed in war. I hope and pray that it doesn't happen. Him, Lomachenko, the Vladimir brothers, the Klitschko brothers. I pray and hope that all these guys are okay. But he could potentially get killed.
Making it seem like Ukraine's bodying him when it's complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I go by like what social media says and things like that. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that Russia's bombing, and I think they're starting to nuke. You know, like I keep hearing reports
about nuking, but if you just YouTube Ukraine drone footage, I know the group chat, you guys are pro Ukraine. They're leveling like entire cities right now. So
exactly. So like I said, these guys might
potentially they stole a tank. Okay. Yeah. And then but there's how many cities do they take over so far?
Yeah, no. They've taken over like 5 or 6.
We're not a political podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, no, for sure. But anyways, like he might never come. He might never fight again. So the heavyweight division, if something happens to him, God forbid, the belt. What belt does he have? It's not the WBC.
Does it matter?
No, it really doesn't. But the belts that he has, they get vacated, obviously, because he's no longer.
Well, let me go one further. Tyson Fury on Ariel's show said this is his last fight. So he's going to retire. He said this is his last boxing fight. I'm sorry, not his last fight. He plans on fighting Francis with like 4-ounce gloves and like the modified whatever. Who knows if that'll happen?
I don't know, bro. I feel like Tyson Fury in his career has retired probably about 7 times.
No, this probably is his last fight because he's not gonna fight Usyk. Like the Usyk fight is that's easy food for him.
Yeah.
So who knows if he's gonna fight again?
But check this out. This is boxing. This is what I believe is gonna happen. If anything happens to Alexander Usyk, I pray and hope not. I hope he's okay. But if something happens to him, those belts become vacated. Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder are going to fight for those belts.
Maybe. I don't think Wilder's gonna fight again. I hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't.
I mean, he hasn't. Has he said anything about retirement? I don't think so. Has he like?
No, but just mentally, he doesn't like hit. Like it's you have to. The way I want you to kind of like think, it's like when you see what T.O.'s doing, when you see what Wilder's doing after a loss, they really should not be anywhere near a boxing ring. They really need to get some help.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Not from me. I'm not a psychologist.
I agree with you, but this is if Deontay Wilder continues to fight on. Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder is still going to be a big fight. I promise you.
Well, but it's not, bro. I'm telling you, he got paid. We'll probably never see Wilder again. If we do, it'll probably be against. It's going to be one final Showtime fight against, like a lesser fighter. He'll lose. He'll leave on a win and call it a day.
Possibly
in his hometown. He's not going to fight one of these top guys. There's no way.
I don't know. If I'm him. In my last fight, you're trying to get paid. You might as well take that
Anthony Joshua fight for so much money in the field.
But just hear me out. Like I said, and this is all assuming something happens to Usyk. Hopefully not. But if those belts get vacated, Anthony Joshua is going to be a part of somehow, some way collecting those belts back.
Oh I see Tyson Fury retiring, so then that's all the belts will be vacant.
Exactly, all of them will be vacant. So Tyson,
it'll be Shirosa versus AJ.
Probably. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua wins back the 3 belts. The WBC belt is vacated. It's probably Deontay Wilder and I don't know, maybe Andy Ruiz fight for it or something.
They're gonna give it to one of the PBC guys for sure.
Yeah, right. And then, but imagine that Deontay Wilder now has his belt back. AJ has his belts back. Those two fight.
I don't think he beats Ruiz.
It's gonna be a big fight.
I don't think he beats Ruiz, bro.
He's gonna fucking kill Ruiz.
Okay, we'll bet on that.
Crazy. Oh my god, bro. Ruiz. You will definitely bet on that. Trust me.
That's a knockout. Ruiz, that's a 3-round knockout for him. I think.
For Wilder.
No. Well, for Wilder, Ruiz, it would have to be. He ain't shit after 3 rounds.
Listen, bro. Deontay Wilder is 6'8", I think, something like that. He's basketball player height, bro. Like Andy Ruiz is gonna have to jump to touch him. You crazy?
Ruiz has the ability to take his best shot and give it back.
Nah, no way.
He does.
Anthony Joshua doesn't hit as hard as Deontay Wilder. I don't believe so.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't believe so. I mean, I've never been hit by either guy, but I promise you, Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz
I'm factoring in that Wilder's not going to be anywhere near as good as you've seen him. I only see him
but he doesn't need. When has he ever looked good? He's never been good. But his right hand's always landing.
Okay, well, it didn't land against Fury.
It did. He dropped him twice.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. But I mean, like, stop.
But I'll give you this. I'll tell you this. Tyson Fury wasn't moving his head. He was just coming forward. So it landed easier. Andy Ruiz doesn't really move his head. He has no defense. He is very short. So, obviously Wilder has to throw down. So that might take some of the power away. But honestly, I think Deontay Wilder knocks him out.
I always like that fight for Ruiz because I think Wilder won't take that fight as serious as he would for like a Fury or AJ fight. I don't think he takes that fight serious. And I've seen Ruiz get hit with a bomb and come right back. So that's the only thing is I see Wilder landing a big shot. If it doesn't put him out, he's gonna get worked.
Possibly. I mean, I think Wilder.
Neither guy's elite.
No, of course not. Of course not. Not at all. So I mean, it's not really saying much. Like whoever wins,
you have to be technical. I don't think you're going to beat Ruiz in a brawl style fight.
We'll see, man. I don't even think that fight gets made anyways. This is probably like fantasy boxing at this point.
It is. But, all boxing talk is fantasy.
Pretty much. And like I said, that's why I'm leaning more towards MMA because I've realized that the fights that I wanted to see are happening. I always wanted to see Hamzat and Burns. That's happening. I wanted to see Kobe and Kamaru. Obviously, that happened a couple of times. I did not think Masvidal and Kobe would happen. I really did not think so, but it did. A little late in their carear, but whatever.
It got made in 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? And Kobe was saying that what's his name? Masvidal turned down the coaching challenge.
Yeah, for the Ultimate Fighter. It's not worth it. Bro, that press conference was tough enough to listen to. If they had to do a 12-week show, how many times could they threaten each other, bro?
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, man. So it's 7:15, man. I'm about to go watch the Heat. Yo, watch him. Victor Oladipo's coming back. Let's see what he's got.
You know I watch all the games. Come on.
Yeah. All right, man. Good talk, man. I'm going to holler at you another time,
bro.